try? Why don't you give it a try? Why don't you give it a try? Why don't you give it a try?
First of all, I want to thank you for being part of the festival this year. Okay.
Well, thank you for selecting our film.
Yeah, of course. And I was very happy to show it in the festival. And first, I would like to thanks to the Embassy of Sweden in Tel Aviv for supporting TLV Fest over the years, and this year also. They helped with everything, I think. I would like to start this conversation with asking you about the screening of this film in 2020. It's a challenging year with the COVID-19 and how it's affected the festival circuit for you or distribution the movie in cinemas.
Well, I mean, we had a great premiere here in Gothenburg, where I live and where the film shot at the Gothenburg Film Festival. It was on January 25, and the world was beautiful. And then the COVID-19 struck the world, and I mean, we got to have the film screening at the Berlinale Film Market and the Cannes Market, but then everything got canceled. So it's been rough, but we got a great sales agent in Germany, France, the Films Boutique, and they picked it up, the film, before the premiere. And during the first wave of the pandemic, they managed to sell the film to, I think, like 11, 12 countries for distribution. So that was awesome. So, and I mean, and then it got picked up by a few festivals that were gonna have it live, but then they canceled, and then some of them canceled and some of them, like you, went online digitally. But then we actually, in the middle of the first wave, we had a bit of a slow period with the COVID in Sweden, thankfully, and we got to have our Swedish theatrical premiere 8 months later on September 25. So we actually had our film in the movies for 2 months. So we had our last screening this Tuesday down south in Malmö. And now the cinemas are closed in Sweden from, I think, from today or Monday or something. So actually, I mean, we kind of got like lucky anyway. And I mean, the film has been played at like, I think 15 or 20 festivals, some online and some live. I went to Belgium, Ghent, the Film Fest Ghent, like 1 month ago. So that was my first visit to a festival that was actually going live, and I was in the cinema with the audience and got to meet the people and have live Q&A. But then the rest of the tour is online.
Yeah, and you're supposed to be here in June, but
yeah, yours were in June. Oh, you remember I was there 10 years ago.
Yes.
With My Name is Love, and yeah, me and Casper actually were there at the same time, the producer, and it was amazing. So I've been waiting and longing for your festival for 10 years, but now we're here.
Yes, yes, we are doing this like this year. Everything is in Zoom, so unfortunately, yes. Maybe in the future. You deal in the movie with sensitive issues in relationship and breakups. Could you share with us what brought you to this project, to this theme to deal with this theme? You know, because it's a very heavy theme, and yes.
Yeah, I mean, I have been in 2 relationships on my own, where I've been living with two guys, and both of them ended with a breakup. And so I kind of got like, it started like an idea of, I wanted to make a film where the first scene in the film was with someone saying, like, there is no more we, like this guy tells his partner. So I had like that idea that I wanted to start with the breakup and see what happens after the breakup, and do like kind of a romantic drama, like a little twist of comedy, like what happens after. And because I noticed with both of my own breakups that kind of like the separation phase was longer sometimes even than the actual relationship. So I just wanted to dig into that subject, and it's so, I discovered that it was so easy to fall in love. I fall in love very easy. It's like takes like 1 second with both of my relationships. When I met them, I was like, okay, it's we, it's us, it's you and me now. But then it was so hard to separate from those persons, those human beings, and I just wondered, what was that all about? So then I wrote the film and tried to discover.
Yeah, then
if I could see some pattern like with both the breakups and yeah.
Then how you found yourself in this team and in this relationship of these characters?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, I do, in a lot of ways. Yeah, totally. And it's like David says, like the period after breakup can be so long, and because when our relationship's over, or yeah, it can take a very long time. And I have some personal experience myself, both with friendship and with relationships, like love and with friendship. So I could totally identify myself with a lot of tasks in the movie.
Okay. And do you think that couples who break up should stay, David? Should they stay in a touch, or is it too painful?
That is a good question. I think, I mean, it depends how the relationship was and how the breakup was, and also if you live like in the same city, it's harder. I mean, Adrian and Hampus, they break up, but they live in the same city, like in Gothenburg, and it's a very small city. So eventually you bump into each other, like they do, like all the time. So I mean, you have loved that person, and just because the love and the relationship, I mean the romantic love is over, I've noticed that just personally that I have a very hard time to let go of people that I've loved. And it can be, like Jonathan said, with friendships and with work relationships and romantic. And I love to keep in touch with people, and with, I mean, Jonathan's character Hampus is kind of based mostly of two guys that I've been living with, and they are so like great human beings. So we decided with both of them, mostly with one of them, that we loved each other so much like human beings. So it was it was harder for us to say we're never going to see each other. And it was easier to just accept that, okay, we're going to be friends and we are going to love each other, kind of like they say in the scene in the balcony. Oh, this is getting personal, sorry, but that, I mean, if you love someone, it was easier for us to keep on a beginning of a friendship instead of just saying we're not going to see each other any longer in our lives. And both of the guys are my best friends now. So for me, I think it's easier to keep in touch. But I mean, if it's painful, I mean, and also we had a long period of time where we weren't friends. So because this is a relationship that goes long time ago. So we had like a bumpy road to our friendship. So it's not so quick that it's in the movie.
Yes. How did you work with the actors and to build this very, very intimacy with them? And it's throughout the film. You see it from the beginning. There is a chemistry between these two actors, you know. Usually there is a lot of relationship movies that you feel there is no chemistry between the actors. You don't believe them, they are in love or break up. And over here, it's so real, and the emotion are so real. Have you worked on it?
Well,
I can answer.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. Yeah, that both me and Bjorn, we knew David well before we started to film, and I think me and Bjorn didn't know each other that well, but we learned to know each other, of course, through the scenes, and not only through the scenes, but off camera as well. And he's a wonderful person and wonderful actor. But I think for me, it was like that. It was a very good connection between me and David that made me feel very safe and comfortable to make these scenes, because I felt it was. I think that's necessary if you want to do this intimate scenes, that you have a good director that makes it feel comfortable.
David, what is your approach to create the relationship between the two actors and the characters they played?
Well, I think it's like what kind of like Jonathan said. I mean, we knew each other. I'm a casting director in Sweden, and I had been working with them as a casting director for, I casted Jonathan in two other projects before. And I mean, and also I wrote the film for them in mind. I wrote the film for Björn and Jonathan.
Okay.
Because I always wanted to work with them. When I worked as a casting director, and I was like, I want to work with them. I don't want to give them away to other directors so they can play with them. I want to do it. And during that time, when we waited for also it was a long process with the production and the financing. So we filmed the film chronologically. So we started with the three, like there was the short film, the beginning of the feature that was only inside the apartment. We filmed that first, and then it took like 2 years until we started the feature film. So I mean we built up trust, and the first we had like a casting session where I met Jonathan and Björn in an apartment, and that was the first time us three met together. And I mean, in my mind, they were Adrian and Hampus, but of course I wanted to see them together. And I mean, it just clicked. It was like love at first sight. I mean, like I fall in love easy. I fall in love with them, and they connected. And and yeah, it's about trust and yeah, trust and
it's fun. It's fun just to do this kind of intimacy. It's not just oh my god, I must feel it. It's fun to play. I can feel just that easy feeling like an actor, that it's fun to see how it's fun to play intimate with someone, and to try to do it sad in a beautiful way. I felt just like a challenge that was fun to do, and with a great script. So it's just that too I can feel sometimes.
Good, because it's nice to know that you had fun over there, because the movie is very serious.
Yeah, I know, but we had a lot of fun. We had
good to know.
yeah, it was not that feeling when the David said cut, stop something. Then we
laughed a lot.
Yeah, we should have brought some bloopers now, but it was very, very fun sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, also with the very intimate scenes with the sex parts and stuff. I mean, we laughed so much, and both Jonathan and Björn, I think you thought it was fun to do those scenes.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, those scenes where we had those naked scenes, was when we had this chat after the sex and stuff. I think that was the funniest scenes to do, because you get so in touch with when you're playing that. Yeah, it don't feel uncomfortable at all, and that makes it feel more lustful. So yeah.
It's good to know, because when I'm talking with actors or directors about directing sex scene, it's all the time, oh, it was awkward, it was and it's nice to hear that you had fun, because it could be the opposite too. So.
Yeah, of course. But I think that both me and Björn, this is so technically everything, but it felt like me and Björn felt that we have to have fun, and we like to play with each other, to act with each other as well. So it was fun, and all we wanted to do was to make a passionate romance scene, and then we knew that we're gonna talk, we're gonna chat, and it's gonna end up in maybe this. Now you've seen the movie, in a breakup that he will leave the room, and just for technically, I think it's lovely, fun to play those things.
And it's very fun to direct them as well.
In one of the scenes, Adrian and Ampus talk about how social media is an issue when they're breaking up. What do you think about couples who share their most intimate moments in Facebook, in Instagram? Now we have OnlyFans. So what do you think about the involvement of social media in relationship this day?
I'm kind of a private person, except that I made a movie about some breakups, but I wouldn't share so much that I think some friends and colleagues are doing. But I mean, if they think it's fun and if that gives something add to their relationships, go for it. But I have never done that, and I think I'm also in between the generation. I mean, I'm born in 72, so I don't know. Jonathan, what do you think?
I personally don't. Of course, of course you can share something. It's fun. It's like if you feel, I always come to this word fun, but if yeah, if it's fun, of course you can do it. But it can be, I can feel like some couples and somebody can give a picture that doesn't that didn't exist in the reality when you know the persons, when, and then it can be so sad too, I think, when everything is perfect in vacations and stuff and holidays and in Instagrams and with a lovely couple, and then you know behind that's not so good. But it can, yeah, like struggling, like every couple have, but so it complicated. But of course, if you want to, if you have a fun time together, of course share it. But I'm a bit yeah, you have to know that some pictures are just for the show. I think you have to have that in mind when you share stuff and when you see stuff, especially.
And how long did you take it to make the film? Can you tell us what was the most challenging scene to shoot in the movie?
Oh,
David.
David.
Both of you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, we shot the first. We shot the first like 15 minutes of the film in 2016, and then we started to shoot the feature in autumn 2018 and finished in the summer 2019. So it took a long time because we also wanted to have the different seasons, and it was also good, I think, because the actors didn't meet in between. We filmed like a couple of days, and then we had a break for like 2-3 months, and then we shot 2-3 days. So it was good, and we got the winter, and the summer, and the spring and autumn, and we also got to work on the financing and the production. So it took a long time, but it took like 8 months to shoot the actual feature film, I think. But then it went very fast with the post-production, kind of. But the most challenging, I can't say the word. I can't even say it. It's so challenging, the word. What was the scene? I don't know really. What do you think, Jonathan?
Yeah, then.
I don't know. I don't know if I've told you that, but I thought it was very. I thought the scene when Hampus broke up in the bed. I don't know why. I thought that was tricky.
The first scene in the film.
Yeah, but then we did it pretty early. But I remember that was tricky.
Yeah.
Because then it was tricky to film intimate, because then it was not supposed to be fun, and yeah, I don't know. It was hard to get the right touch on it. I thought.
Yeah.
And I remember we filmed. It was some rig we have.
Yeah, and we had this. It was with time, with the exact timing, with the camera going into.
Yeah.
Yeah, to find that tone was. I think I remember. I think the scene on the balcony at the end. I think that was the trickiest, because it was so loud with noises outside, and it was such a small balcony, and to find the right tone in that scene, both with Julianne and Hampus and Adrian, and also because it was a tricky location with so much distractions. I think that kind of was the hardest one. And it was also the couple's dinner was very fun to shoot, but that was the trickiest one to edit.
Was it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was so tricky because we had so many takes that was so good, and we had like four 4 shots, and we have 2 shots, and then we have single shots of each of you, and to find exactly where to put the look from each person, when and where, and to focus. We struggle a lot with that scene in the editing room, me and Christopher with the editor. Yeah, it turned out good.
Yeah.
Yes. And in the last scene, Adrian is riding on his bike in very beautiful rural area, like this nature. What might symbol that it symbol the change in his life? Do you think the character like Adrian will ever get over his love to Ampus?
To be continued.
You're working on something right now? You're starting to write?
Maybe.
Maybe.
So I can't answer that question.
Okay.
When he's riding on his bike, he has reached a point where he can let go of Hampus and be satisfied with that feeling. But I can't answer if how he's letting him go and for how long.
Okay, nice.
So you're waiting to him, Jonathan?
Yeah, suppose so. Like if David say so, I do. I
mean, what you watching now? Are you under lockdown in Sweden, or everything is?
We have kind of a lockdown. The cinemas are locked down at least, and the bars after 10 o'clock, and it's not a real lockdown, but kind of.
Yeah, we have a minimum of people gathering for 8 persons now. It started this week, I think, or next week. So it's yeah, it's not looking too good.
Yes, and I usually ask
how are
we really don't know what's going on in our country. Like the restaurants and bars are closed, but you can go over there and take out the food and sit in the street, but it's very rainy today, so no one is going out. In Israel, when you have rain, everything is closed anyway. But we are not in serious lockdown like in the last other like month ago. But we don't have cinemas for merch and any entertainment. Everything is closed. Theater, musicals from now, I think 8 months or 9 months, something like that. So nothing that culture-wise. So everything, we have a little bit drive-in, but we don't really have a drive-in in Israel. The municipalities created it, and it's not really real drive-in, so it's not the real experience. So this is why we are doing it online, the festival, to keep the flame of culture, something that our government trying to shut down, I guess. So
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, when you speak about that, I mean, we've been kind of like lucky in Sweden. We have never had that amount of restrictions and stuff. So we can still go to the restaurant, but a bit limited. But yeah.
Let's see if someone from the audience want to ask any questions. We have like 4 people watching us. So, and this session is recorded and we will upload it in our YouTube channel. So
Okay, so this is live now.
it's live and it's
Oh.
going to be later in YouTube.
Okay, cool.
I didn't know that. Cool.
You mean it.
Yeah, we are live. We are live.
Yeah, if someone wants to ask us questions, bring it on. We are eager to talk with the audience. I'm dying to meet the audience again.
So, Dror, do you have a question?
Just to say that it was a beautiful film and I enjoyed very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dror.
Very much.
Thank you, Dua.
Someone else in bar?
Jag älskade också filmen.
Oh wow, Swedish.
Tack så mycket.
Ja,
Tack så mycket.
jag talar mycket, inte mycket. Bara, jag kan förstå vad hände på filmen. Det var mycket vackert att se.
Oh, thank you.
Tack så mycket.
Tack själv. Tack för att du tittade.
Tack, vad kul. Thank you. He was saying that it was a beautiful film.
Nice. I understood only tack, so I know that you said. Someone else want? Meiron, do you have a question, Asaf? This is the time. No. So I want to thank you so much for joining us. The video will be in our YouTube channel during the week. So so you could use it. And thank again to the Swedish Embassy for supporting the festival and the movie. And I hope we will meet someday in a physical festival.
Yeah.
And watch the movie on the big screen as it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And thank you so much.
I just want to say I talked to Björn before, and he's saying his hello from he's up north with his boyfriend having what do you say, like a venue for art. So he couldn't get online, so that's why he's not here. But he sends his hello, and we're looking forward to come back to Tel Aviv with our next movie, maybe.
Yes. Okay. So have a nice weekend.
You too.
And bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.